Hello there and welcome back. My name is Charlie, and in today's video I'm going to be going over 10 tips for first-time home buyers, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. So number one, be sure you're committed to not only buying a home, but a mortgage as well. So most mortgages are 15 to 30 years. Now, you don't necessarily need to stay in the house for that long, but some important questions to ask yourself. Do you have stable income? Am I ready to commit to this city and home for the next 5 years? Is my credit good? Obviously, the better your credit score is, the less it will cost you to borrow money. So you want to make sure your credit's in good standing. So number one, again, make sure you're committed to a home and to a mortgage. Number two, make sure you get a pre-approval. Now, there's a huge difference between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. Most people, everyone gets a pre-qualification. You know those letters that you get in the mail that says you're approved for $10,000, your credit limit, this and that. That's a pre-qualification. Has nothing to do with your personal credit score. It's simply a couple of answers, yes and no. A pre-approval is where a lender actually gets down into your credit, looks at the history, looks at your debt to income ratio, etc., and actually prints out a letter, it's all emailed, that says that you are qualified for a certain amount. So make sure you get that pre-approval taken care of. Part of the home buying process, super important step, and I'll make a separate video on the home buying process in the future, so make sure to watch out for that one. But again, make sure you're pre-approved. Last thing you want to do is walk into a home, fall in love with it, and then find out later that you don't get pre-approved or you don't qualify for that home. So make sure, super important, pre-approval. Number three, hire a realtor. Now, would you go to court without a lawyer? No, right? So then why would you buy a home without a realtor? A realtor is an essential step in the home buying process. Now, a realtor is there for your best interest. They're protecting you. They're your fiduciary. So again, a realtor, super important. They're going to be there to guide you through the process, to walk you through the contract, to explain the terms, to negotiate on your behalf, to fight for you in this crazy world of real estate. A realtor is going to connect you to the right people, to his or her team, and again, motivate you and get you through those hurdles that are going to come in the home buying process. So again, make sure you hire a realtor that you get along with, that you can do business with, and again, they're there for your best interest. So make sure you hire one. Number four, maintain your credit. Now is not the time to purchase a new car, to make, any crazy purchases. So lenders want to see a stable pattern. And again, you don't want to make any crazy purchases, open any new lines of credit, nothing like that. You want to make sure you make your payments, whatever credit card bills you have, on time. And, if it does happen, if you do make a purchase, a huge purchase, then that can honestly impact your final approval. So make sure you maintain your credit throughout these 2 to 3 months of the home buying process. Number five, save for a down payment. Now, you can put down as little as 3.5% with an FHA loan, 5%, 10%, or 20%. Now, just a heads up, for anything less than 20%, you will have to pay a monthly fee that does not go towards the principal or interest. It's called PMI, private mortgage insurance, and it's simply a fee on your mortgage. So it's a fee added on to your mortgage because lenders, they have their reasons. But yes, again, you will have to pay PMI if you put down anything less than 20%. And again, you want to make sure you save for a down payment. Down payments, again, vary. For example, if you're purchasing a home for $800,000, a 20% down payment would be $160,000. So make sure you save that. Make sure you save that money and don't spend it. Again, maintain your credit. Now, there are a ton of down payment and closing cost assistance programs, which I'll make a separate video on that. And it's really simple. It's, you just type in your zip code address and it'll show you all the available down payment and closing cost assistance programs in your area. So stay tuned for that one. But again, make sure you save enough money for a down payment. Number 6, do not forget closing costs. Now, closing costs are generally 2 to 3% of your total loan cost that will be paid in closing costs. Now, what are closing costs? What do they cover? They cover inspection fees, appraisal fees, escrow fees, attorney fees, title insurance, which is absolutely necessary. And again, you need to save that money for closing costs. Closing costs are generally split between the buyer and the seller. But again, everything is negotiable in real estate. So keep that in mind. 2 to 3% of your total loan costs will be paid in closing costs. Number 7, don't forget about the earnest money deposit. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell is the earnest money deposit? Why do I care? Why does it matter? An earnest money deposit is an additional 3% of the purchase price that goes towards the seller. But hold on, if the deal closes, this 3% actually goes towards your closing costs. So don't worry. Now, if you don't close and cancel the agreement for a non-contractual reason, then you will most likely not get that earnest money deposit. The seller will keep that money. So basically what it is it's saying to the seller, hey, my name is Charlie. I'm serious about this property. Here's my earnest money deposit and let's go. So again, if you cancel for a non-contractual reason, that seller may be eligible to keep that 3%. Keep that in mind. Number 8, hire an inspector. Now, an inspection is absolutely crucial. Now, as realtors, we highly discourage foregoing the appraisal contingency and the inspection contingencies. More on that later. But pretty much, you want to hire an inspector. What an inspector will do is go through the crevices, look at the house from the inside out, and determine what exactly is wrong with the house. So if there's anything that needs to be fixed, if there's termites, if there's termite damage, anything like that, they'll go ahead and inspect the entire property from the roof all the way to the foundation and make sure that everything is in good standing. Again, your realtor, they'll go ahead and recommend you, a list of different inspectors, and you can choose from there. Now, an inspection is different from an appraisal. An appraisal, your lender will order an appraisal and they will find out the value of the home. Now, your lender will not loan you anything over what the appraiser determines the value of the home is. So keep that in mind. There are a couple of things that you can do when the home doesn't appraise. I'll do a video on that later. Number 9, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm just kidding. No. Number 9, make sure you keep copies of every single piece of paper, from your loan docs to the appraisal to closing costs, closing disclosures, everything. Make sure you keep copies of, your title insurance. You don't want someone from the past to come in and say, hey, you know what, this is actually my piece of property. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and the past owners promised that they would sell it to me. So again, just make sure you keep copies of everything for your own benefit. And last but not least, stay positive. You're going to go through many hurdles, many ups and downs, many moments of fear, anxiety, nervousness, and most of all, excitement. Just remember, you are making the best decision you could possibly make, and you're securing not only your freedom but your family's freedom in the future. So I hope this video helps. Stay positive, and make sure you work with a realtor that has your back, that's going to guide you through the process, and make sure that you come out of this thing alive, well, and with the keys in your hand. So stay tuned for the next video. I will see you guys later.